Hi, welcome to session 6, the action breakers. But first, let's take a look at the homework between last time and today. Remember, we were looking at what is the relationship between our actions and our goals. Those 5 actions that we consistently take, and what impact do they have on our goals? Do they forward our actions? Do they create goals that are possible? Do they get us closer to what we want in life? What did you discover? Take a look for yourself and see, are the actions that are getting us to fulfill our goals being the difficult ones or the easy ones? And however, are they fulfilling or not? We have some of our participants. They shared with us what they have discovered for themselves. It's a pure bliss to be standing in the front of something you have faced for years and be able to pick up on those things that created the lack of power and results we have experienced in this area, specifically the area of our breakdown. So some people said the actions are taken are crying and getting isolated, and of course she has noticed that would not give any result. It was just allowing the frustrations to come up, which is totally fine. It allows us to balance emotionally. So someone else says another action is eating, sleeping, or drinking. Some other people will look for professional help. Some other people will share with other people their excuses and eventually blame others. And mainly there are hundreds of ways to avoid taking action towards our goal. What they have in common is not leading us towards what's really important to us, toward what's really bringing us joy. So remember, the last question was, what is that one action that if taken right now will create such closure, so will create closeness to our goal? And people discover that really going through their fears, taking unstoppable actions, and going straight through their wall will always generate the results they have. And people generate amazing results out of this. There's not a day that someone does not call me and shares with me what they created, what kind of fear they broke through, and what kind of events they put back in the past where they belong. Take a look for yourself at what you have discovered and see that every time that you listen to those inner conversations, the distance between you and your dreams is getting bigger and bigger and bigger until we finally either give up or just get resigned, or both. So today we will talk about action breakers, and for this I will encourage you to take a look at step number 2 of this method. And in step 2 we will discover that we have created 3 short declarations of what we dream of and what stops us. Remember those declarations that have "but" in the middle? So my declarations were: I want to contribute, but I have no time. I want to support people, but I'm not worth it. And I love people, but I can't connect with them. So discover these for yourself, and actually just hit pause and go back to step 2 and find your statements. And based on those statements, we will discover what the action breakers are. For me, the action breakers are whatever is on the other side, on the right side of the but, towards the end of the sentence, that is called an action breaker. For example, to me is, I have no time. I am not worth it. And I can't connect. And can you see that every single time you summon those action breakers, every time you put those action breakers in a sentence, you are excused from taking any type of actions. Actually, you won't take any type of actions. But every time you have those in a sentence, and you do believe in their power, your results will be aligned with your action breakers. If I have no time, I'll have no contribution. If I am not worth it, guess what? I cannot help anyone. And if I can't connect, guess what? I won't be able to love people. So discover for yourself what is that special type of relationship that gets created between your action breakers, everything on the other side of the but, and your greed for actions and results, your will to reach your goals. And you'll notice that it is our way to sabotage who we are and our dreams by placing action breakers in our sentences, in our declarations, even in our inner conversations. You know, I wake up in the morning 5 o'clock every day and I'm thinking, oh, I want to run, but, and whatever goes on the other side of the but, you know, it's raining, it's cold, I'm tired, I want to just sleep in, or my legs are hurting. We will see that not only that we're excused from taking any type of action, but we will align with it too. Notice how your action breakers will trigger you from whatever place you are in your day. Will trigger you, will bring you to a full stop. If you have a great, beautiful day, and you use any of those action breakers in that sentence, in that moment, your power is being taken away. And you give in to an inner conversation that we soon gonna see it doesn't even exist. When we empower the disempowering side of our humanity, we end up with lack of power and lack of action. I'll go again. When we empower the disempowering side of our humanity, we end up with lack of power and lack of action. That means every time we consider those conversations as being reality-based, we will lose our power and we will get stuck. It is sad. It is. Because they're just talking frames. They're just memories in a database. There's not something that's actually real in your life that stops you from becoming someone, that stops you from being something, that stops you from achieving results. There's not an organization out there. There's not, a special breed of people that would just come to you and say, hey Marius, this is not for you, you're not allowed. No. The only thing that stands in between us and our goals and our dreams is the conversations that we empower. And what I really want to leave you with today is, as long as your action breakers are real to you, there will be no actions in that area of your life. Pure and simple, there will be no action in that place. And that's why your breakdown will persist over and over, because your action breakers are still real to you. As we have seen in the previous steps, our power, our determination, our thirst for results in action come from fulfilling our dreams, from being aligned with our commitments, from being subscribed to our own vision. And every time we derail from that, and we're gonna look soon at how we do it, every time we derail from that, we will end up with sadness, fear, breakdowns, and just lack of joy, the absence of joy. So, invalidating ourselves and our creations, at the opposite of fulfilling our joy and approving our creations. So again, invalidating ourselves and our creations creates instant pain and suffering. And we have a few habits around this, and from person to person they might be different at times. First one is, some people just want to share their action breakers. You know, we go into a circle of friends and like, hey, look what I've got. I have this action breaker. I'm disempowered. I have no time. I'm worthless. I don't have any meaning. I don't have any money. Whatever that action breaker is. And as innocent as this looks, the effects are just tragic. They might not be on us right away, because we just get to state and declare how we are. And of course we get to believe it if we say it enough times. But looking around us, we train every single person around us to see us as that small person that is being stopped by their own declaration. And this is called personal history. How many times you had someone, a relative of yours, a friend, family, colleague, anyone, that you have complained to so much for so many times about so many subjects, that when you finally want to get out of that vicious circle and you go to them to brag about it, they're like, no way, you can't do that. You're this person and this person. You told me for years you don't have any money. You're worthless. The personal history we create with others will be the first thing to come right back at us and stop us from growing. So be careful what you declare, first to yourself, but second to the world around you, because after long enough we have trained our circles, our communities, to see us as the small person we declare ourselves. And this, my friends, is the beginning for a thing called hidden agreements. What is a hidden agreement? Is that quiet contract between us and the world, between me and people, between you and your people, your communities, in which I pretend I believe your excuses and you pretend you believe my excuses, but in fact we just shake hands on letting us look at each other as the smaller person we have become in life. This is painful. And as you have noticed, creating these type of compromises around, when you go around those people, you are experiencing a certain freedom of sharing all your disempowering things. And they will actually nod their head and confirm, oh yes, I know you're like that. Poor you. You're such a victim. Getting people aligned around your action breakers and getting them so enrolled into believing that this is the person that you are, will start that hidden agreement, that personal history that will come against you every time you will try for more. Here's one of the biggest secrets of this webinar. Getting yourself to stand for what other people want to fulfill for themselves will have your wildest dreams fulfilled. I'll go again. Getting yourself to stand for what other people want to fulfill for themselves will get your wildest dreams fulfilled. People that you stand for into being giants, into being action men or women, into being people generating results, guess what? Will do precisely the same thing for you, for me. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are the type of person that knows I have a promise to run every morning. And every time I don't, or I'm talking that, I'm declaring that I won't be running tomorrow, you'll be like, this is your promise, man. I'm standing for you that you are fulfilling your dream. I'm standing for you that you go straight towards your health with whatever you've got, with all your actions, all your determination, with all your motivation. I'm standing for you sometimes more than you stand for yourself. If that person does that to me, do you think I'll go run tomorrow morning? You bet I am. The part that is not so obvious in all this is really the reciprocation. When that person will come to me being disempowering, I will not give into their action breakers. I will tell them, I know what you're standing for. I know you're standing for having a happy family. I know you're standing for being loving. I know you're standing for being generous and great. I will not let you step all over your dreams. I will support you whatever you got. I'm there for you. This is how hidden agreements get dissolved. This is how the action breakers, through the power of sharing, will go away. So this is one of the habits that I said we'll be talking about, and one of the biggest secrets of the seminar around fulfilling and supporting people to fulfill their own dreams will give us an access to our wildest desires. The second habit that we have around our action breakers is ignoring them. How many times you've seen someone being disempowering around their relationship, and they're like, what relationship, what disempowerment? I don't care, it doesn't matter to me. They just ignore it, they pretend it's not there. And again, the cost on us, it's even bigger when we ignore those things, because every time we take an action will be the action of an ignorant person. So again, if we ignore our breakdowns, every single action that comes out of that will be the action of an ignorant person. If I don't want to look at my failing love relationship or my failing business, whatever actions I'm taking from that context will be the action of a failing businessman, of a failing partner in a relationship, and of an ignorant person in relationship to my commitments. And the third habit we have around our action breakers is to study them. How many of us have been studying our action breakers for such a long time? I need to know just a little bit more. We're looking around it. Whoa, action breaker. Let's take a look at it. And we look at it for years. Oh, I've been studying my breakdown of not being in a relationship for 5 months now. Oh, it's now 10 years. oh no, I'm still alone, but guess what? I know everything about my action breaker, about my disempowering context. We are gonna end today's session about action breakers with sharing. I want to share something with you. The day my life has entirely shifted is the day when I got to stand up and calling out on people breaking up with their dreams. Again, the day when my life has shifted entirely is the day when I got to stand up and call out the people that are breaking up with their dreams. In the beginning, I thought they're gonna eat me alive. When I would call someone out on, hey, your goal is this, your commitment is this, what are you doing to yourself? What are you standing for? I thought they're gonna shoot me. No. Every single time you stand for someone in your life, every single time you stand even for a stranger on the street, for just about anyone, they will sense your stand for them. And this is the highest form of contribution. This could really end wars on this planet. Can you see how someone standing for you to be at peace, someone standing for you to be fulfilled and loved, someone standing for you to be healthy can make a difference? Now imagine that everybody around you stands for you. Imagine 100 people, imagine 1,000 people standing for each other, all possible ways. What kind of place could this planet become if we get to stand for each other? This would not only make those action breakers disappear, but it will create such a powerful context for humanity to raise to the next level, which is empowering each other in infinite ways to accomplish whatever is of major importance to us. And this is not a dream. There are already people out there connected with each other in such a way where they encourage the bigger version of themselves every step of the way, every second, and every day. And you could be part of that too. So this is for today. Thank you for being in section 6. And have a look at your action breakers and notice how your thirst for action goes from full to none in 1 second the minute you declare those action breakers. Most of all, learn how to be with your action breakers in such a way where you can still generate movement towards your goals. Like I said, these action breakers won't disappear. We will still see them being around our mind and being declared every now and then. But in the next steps, we will find that access that will allow us, will empower us into being in action towards our goals, while inner conversations will happen in the background. Thank you for being here today. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you in section 7. Bye bye.